loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a collaboration video with 4 other YouTubers and myself. We're going to be sharing today 3 breakfast recipes that are not bacon and eggs. So you're going to be able to see again myself, Toni Damian, Keto Twisted Gypsy, Paleobarbie Does Keto, and Budget Keto Clearance Mom. So do check out all of their channels. I'm going to leave their channels listed below. So my recipes today, one is actually eggs, but if you've tried this, you're going to forgive me. So stay tuned to those recipes. Okay, for the Notmeal, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of these trilogy seeds. They are chia seeds, hemp hearts, and whole flax seeds. Then you want to add a half a cup of any kind of nut milk. I'm using cashew silk. You need to stir well and microwave for 2 minutes. And as you can tell in this clip, I'm actually making this one morning for breakfast in my housecoat. Okay, after you've microwaved it, you want to give this another quick stir. The cooler it gets after the microwave process, the thicker it will get, like original oatmeal. That's what I was missing. I added 1 tablespoon of great value butter. You can change up this recipe with any flavoring you'd like. I'm using maple flavoring here. Adding another quick stir, and then I also add 1 teaspoon of bacon grease to this. Here I'm just showing you how thick it has become since I started to begin with. And again, the cooler it gets, the thicker it will get. This is a really quick recipe for any person that is busy as I am. Now you will need to add your sweetener of choice. I'm using these Stevia Sweet Drops Vanilla Cream flavor. I used 5 drops. And mix again to make sure all these flavors are incorporated. I paired this with a 90-second bread. Enjoy. Okay, so for the pizza quiche, this is my recipe. I'm sure someone has recreated it on YouTube, but I did not look it up. 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, 8 farm fresh eggs, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt, mix until well incorporated. I added a 1/4 teaspoon of red crushed pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasonings, and also a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt. And then of course mixing again to make sure all of those spices are incorporated. Here I'm adding a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. The better option would be grated yourself, of course. I did also add 2 tablespoons of that on top after it was done baking. And mixing again to make sure everything is nice and evenly throughout the mixture. Okay. Adding 50 grams of onion to the mixture, and again we're going to mix that. Make sure you grease the pan. I'm using Great Value real butter here. These are those private selection pepperonis, but the smaller ones. I lined the entire bottom of the pan. There was about 25 pepperonis. Pouring the egg mixture right on top of those pepperonis. They rise off the bottom of the pan and mate into about the middle of the pan when it is all cooked. This dish is very flavorful. You can see all of those spices there in the mixture before baking. I made this recipe into 4 servings. Even though that piece there is a little small, I took a half of the next serving as well and ate that for breakfast. I also made homemade pizza sauce to pour on top of this as you heat it every morning, not inside of the dish. Too much liquid in a quiche makes it not good when you reheat it. I'm using here a 1/4 cup of that homemade pizza sauce to top before eating. Enjoy! This dish is Keto Upma. It calls for 200 milligrams of cauliflower already pearled, 2 tablespoons of ghee, 1/4 teaspoon of lime zest, 20 grams of peanuts is what the original recipe calls for, but I'm using cashews. I want to say thank you to Michelle Barron. I asked on Facebook what the alternative was to curry leaves. I did not read the directions well, and it is lime zest and a bay leaf, if you needed to know that. After you make this dish, you want to add coriander before eating. This dish was really, really good. It doesn't look as good as it tasted, believe me. Okay, so editing version of myself in real time, in real life, in my house coat, trying to put this together on the day of the collaboration. I mean, I'm the world's worst procrastinator, but anyway, I wanted to tell you that you start with a wok or a metal pan. You're wanting to put the ghee, mustard seed, cumin seed in the pan. You want to heat that until the seeds are popping just a little bit, so it's quite heated. After that, you want to put in the onions. You fry that until they're translucent. After that, you want to add the cauliflower. You want to cook that cauliflower for 2 to 3 extra minutes in the pan. After adding the cauliflower, then you want to add 1 cup of water, cover, and let simmer for 10 minutes. Check on it often. My metal pan, I did not have a wok, needed several stirrings within that 10 minutes, and stirring within the entire recipe until done from here on out. I believe that's it. Yeah, I believe that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I will leave all the links to the recipes in the description below, the original recipes. Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Keto on and keto strong.